Well, I broke down and bought a new wheelbarrow. The old one that I had, you guys have seen it before if you watch my channel, that orange one, and I had that one for 25 years. And the metal on it kept breaking. It rusted a whole bunch of times. I kept replacing the metal. The wood on it rotted a couple times. I had to replace that. Everything was just going on it, and it kept limping along, and I kept repairing it. Finally, it just got too rusty after 25 years and too much abuse. It just finally ended up giving out. And so I couldn't remember where I bought it. It's a 10 cubic feet. And finally, I went to Ace Hardware, and they were the only ones in town that had the 10 cubic foot ones. I like the nice big industrial ones, the commercial ones. And anyways, so long story short, I bought a new one. And the old one, it's a plastic box, so I took that off and scrapped all the rest of the stuff. And it had been sitting next to the woodshed. And I thought, what am I going to do with this thing? I don't want to just pitch it because it'll just go to the landfill. And then it dawned on me. I was sitting there one time a few months ago, and I have this little Harbor Freight trailer that I bought. It's just a little dinky thing. It's like a 40-inch by 48-inch or something like that. And I was going to use it behind my quad, and I was going to take it out into the woods and get firewood with it and stuff. So the trailer actually sat for a long time. I've had it for like a year or two, and I hadn't done anything with it because I just wasn't motivated to build sides to it. And it dawned on me. I thought, can I take this box, this wheelbarrow, and put it on that trailer? And I thought, no, that can't possibly work. I'll be doggone, that thing works beautifully. And I've said it before. Remember when I was building my potting bench, and I said it pays sometimes to procrastinate, because that's the same trailer that I did in that video where I hadn't put a deck on it yet. And so I was still using it for odd jobs without a deck on it. And so I ran a couple 2x6s on it, threw the box on. Let me show you this thing. So check it out. I bought this Harbor Freight trailer for a couple $100. And I thought, okay, I want to use this out in the woods, hauling it around and bringing firewood out. Well, I knew that if I put wooden sides on it, that it was going to just rot out eventually, and it wouldn't be that strong. And so metal sides or aluminum would take a lot longer to make, and I have to weld it, and and then it'd just be a lot more expensive. So I did. I just threw a couple 2x6s on there, and I did this last year. And this thing goes through the woods like you wouldn't believe. I haul all kinds of firewood out with this thing, and it's perfect for my quad. It's not too heavy. If I was to, completely fill this up, if I had like a box on it and fill it, it would just be too heavy. It would sink in the mud and whatnot, and it would just be it wouldn't work well. This thing here hauls just enough firewood inside that 10 cubic feet box, and it's just bolted with 4 bolts right to the 2x6s, and this thing works like a charm.